All
Bibbity
right.
bobbles.
Let me go through the motions again.
Getting too old for this shit.
Do re mi fa sol. Fuck.
You
Lost
already
it.
fucked up. Show is over. Everybody quit.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm trying. Do re mi sa.
You're
Do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do.
Go.
There we go.
I was
we go.
harmonizing with you.
There we go.
Do.
And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. I've got two lovely guest hosts today. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
How do you know I'm lovely? How do you know that you can't even see me? All you know that I am is a book and quill. You don't even know. He doesn't even know. This guy is a fake. My name is Kyrie091, and I run a YouTube channel called Kyrie091 and a Twitter and a Reddit account called Kyrie091. I do Let's Plays and other fun, dumb things, and I'm also stupidly obsessed with the Cardinals. And I'm very attractive.
There you go. And I am Mac, and I do not run any of those things, but I do have a Twitter account. You can find me at AZ Sports Fiend, and we're here to talk about the Cardinals' big victory last week.
And we are discussing the Week 5 victory against the Big Apple, the city that makes the best salsa on earth, the New York Jets.
The second, the current best. No, they both are terrible. The New York's football teams are just
How about
bad.
their basketball team? How about the Knicks? Oh, never mind. We won't even
About
No, I said their salsa is good.
That is
are you-
dog shit.
Are you telling me that this stuff's made in New York City?
New York City!
I caught the reference. So
Nice.
Look, guys, the one thing I will say about this last game is that you know how in college ball, like winning, it doesn't matter. It's the quality of win, like who you beat, how bad you beat them. Like that's what determines where you go in college ball. Thank goodness the NFL doesn't work that way, because I don't know if teams would be getting awarded a full victory for beating the Jets. It would count as like a tie if you win, you know?
I'm just glad we ended up winning by 20. You know, it became a one possession score there in like the third quarter.
And you're like, God, no,
Yeah,
no,
right, right.
do not let these guys get within a field goal of us. Fuck.
We saw the season flash through our very eyes, but
It was.
ended up coming through and getting the 20-point victory against the Jets.
I think I'm going to open with this right here. I think a lot of people are discounting this win and saying, oh, well, you guys beat the Jets. And it's like, there have been teams that were, going into the season were called better than us that, had a close margin against this team. Like, I mean, shit, the Broncos, like everybody was like going into the season saying, oh, the Broncos are going to be the next big team. Drew Lock. And
they have their third string quarterback, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. But you know what, though? But here's the thing. Nobody, so let's just dream big for a minute and say that the Cardinals make the playoffs and go deep into the playoffs or whatever. Nobody is going to be saying, nobody's going to be like, oh, well, what about that Week 5 win? You know what I mean? Like, nobody gives a fuck by that point. Yeah, sure. Right now,
follow it up.
Yeah, the day or two after, people are going to talk shit, and that's cool in the gang and whatever. That's what they're going to do because, you beat the Jets and they're terrible. Yeah, that's true. But there is if you look at the schedule of, like, let's say the Patriots during one of the years they won the Super Bowl, nobody goes back and says, ooh, yeah, but they only made it because they played a really shitty fucking Buccaneers team that year or whatever, right? Nobody cares.
As long as we win this Monday night, I'm fucking good. But nothing matters.
I agree, and we're gonna, but we'll get to that in a moment. So I wanted to ask you guys overall what you thought of the offensive production against the Jets. I mean, obviously Kyler, right? I mean,
yeah,
Kyler
high 380 yards.
Yeah,
380 yards. He nearly tripled his production he had in Carolina through the air. I mean, just
Jesus.
absolutely monster game
And
from
who
Kyler
was it?
Murray.
One of the Cardinals was asked after the game, what about Kyler setting his career high? He's like, damn, he set a career high? Like, yeah, 380 yards. And he was like, damn, that's a sneaky 380 yards, which it was. You don't really think like, okay, he almost threw for 400. But yeah, he did, and fuck, we needed every fucking yard for the most part.
Yeah, and we keep going back to how terrible the Jets are, and that's true. But make no mistake, they are one of 32 NFL teams. So, there are only 32 groups of human beings on the planet that are good enough to play in the NFL. And the Jets are one of them. So, yes, we were playing against a lousy Jets team, but they're still a fucking NFL team. And he put up 380 and played a pretty good damn game. What did Hopkins get? I know it was a lot. He was all over and then that game. Does anyone have the box score up?
I don't have the here, give me like 2 seconds.
Let me see.
6 catches for 131, editor's saying. So, yeah. Obviously, Hopkins had himself a monster game, too. So, all around, it was a good offensive effort by the Cardinals. And obviously, Murray's the centerpiece of that. It was great to see him bounce back because Murray's had a couple of off games. He hasn't. And for him, this was just the time, I think, to be playing possibly the worst. I think, can we call the Jets the worst? Are they the worst? They're probably the worst.
Yeah. Just in terms of just everything that's been presented on the field for them, I'd say they're probably the worst winless team right now.
It was nice seeing the offense open up, actually going downfield, taking shots. That was back-to-back plays of DeAndre Hopkins in that same possession for like 60 yards that drive for that one-handed touchdown.
Oh,
that was fucking dirty.
Oh, yeah, that was so wild.
Open up.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tactical look incoming!
Yeah, I think that was absolutely insane playmaking on DeAndre Hopkins' part, but it was just so nice to have a play like that when the game was basically over.
Right.
I mean, because the only win where we had this year where the game was.
Are you working out over there or what? What are you?
I'm on a walk. I'm on a walk. I'm
climbing a mountain or something.
I'm on a walk.
He's freaking. He's working little Kyler over there.
Shit, give me a sec. Give me a second.
Give you a sec. Hey, what's the plural of that? If you wanted more than one sec, what would you be asking for?
I will kill you.
No, what's the plural of sec?
No.
What is it?
Shut up.
No.
Nah. But yeah, I mean, it was nice to have a game like where it was out of hand at that point, where we could have a monster play like that and not even have to worry.
Now let me ask you: is that okay? So obviously, by that point in the game, we're in like clock kill mode. You know what I'm saying? We're up by 2 touchdowns. There, a few minutes left on the clock. It's not, the game is basically out of reach for a Jets team that really hadn't had much production. Do you think it was like rubbing salt in the wound for us to go out there and like fucking march down the field? I got the box score up here now. 96 yards from our own 4 down the field. I mean, on a couple of big-ass plays to Hopkins.
When 6 plays that drive, yeah.
When you're rubbing salt in the wound into a lizard like Adam Gase, I mean, I don't really mind. Adam Gase is just a weird lizard person.
And Greg Williams, fuck that motherfucker.
Oh, yes. That was the best part was that oh my God.
No sacks. He didn't get sacked once.
Oh, speaking of that, let's switch here and if by all with your permissions, jump over to first let's talk about fucking special teams. They did their thing. Nothing to say. It's like we always say, when you don't have anything to say about special teams, that's a good thing. It's unremarkable. The punter did his punting and he did it pretty good. The kicker
there were a couple times where we got them way deeper in their territory than we should have. Like that kickoff where we got them at like the 15 or whatever, and everybody went in the end zone and celebrated. I mean, that was cute. I like that.
Yeah.
I apologize. Kyler's got sacked one time. And
Yeah,
on the year, he's been sacked 8 times. On the year, he's been sacked 8 times through 5 games. Last year, he was sacked 21 times for a negative 139 yards, and he's been sacked 8 times for 27 yards now. So that difference right there, you can see his growth right there.
Can I go on a little tangent here?
Sure.
I think the saying that Greg Williams only got one sack is kind of misleading. I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, it is objectively true, but most of the plays where Kyler was pressured, I think he made some really bad throws. He scrambled a lot, threw into like God knows where. I mean, Kyler does have to work on his decision making. I mean, I think that there were
It was
times
27 for 37. So
oh yeah,
I mean, it
yeah.
was,
I mean, but I mean, there were a few blatant cases where he was just running around, and you could just tell he didn't know where a play was going to go, and he just threw it. And I mean, that's fine against the Jets, but I mean, that's absolutely gonna kill you when you play like the Seahawks in a couple weeks.
Oh God.
Speaking of offenses, and can I go into like a little thing I've noticed about like our defense?
Sure.
Like the last 2 weeks, there have been 2 cases of non-running quarterbacks getting big first downs against us by going on the ground and just scrambling. I think that the Bridgewater touchdown last week was pretty obvious. I mean, they were even saying like, oh yeah, that's his first rushing touchdown since 2015.
Flacco.
I mean, Flacco got a couple big first downs on the ground too. I mean, and Flacco, I mean, I think I could run faster than him.
Yeah.
I'd rather make him run than throw, though.
That's a really good point, because Flacco is a pretty damn good quarterback. He's solid. I'm not going to say he's like elite or nothing, but Flacco is a solid NFL level quarterback that any team would be just fine having. And honestly, like not to get too much off the topic of the Cardinals here, but there was like rumors floating around that the Jets might even be shopping Darnold at this point. I don't know if that means they're going to keep Flacco, if they're just going to go into like rebuild mode, or what that means. But I think
trying to tank for Lawrence or something like that. They're going to move on, the number 1 pick, move on from.
But the point is that if you do that, Flacco is a ideal stopgap who might even be able to run you for if you don't get a guy that can come in week 1 as a rookie. Flacco can even carry you for another season as just like a solid veteran. So but back to the point at hand, Flacco getting first downs on his legs was weird with that's happening against us. But at the same time, like you said, I'd rather see him do that with his legs than freaking complete a bomb downfield.
Yeah, because he finished with 20 rushing yards on 5 carries. Right. I mean, he did have I do agree, he did have a couple lanes where it was wide fucking open, and you do want somebody there, of course. Once you face one of the more agile running back or running quarterbacks, then that might hurt us more. But for the most part, I thought the defense played well. They bend, but they didn't really break that much. I'm giving up 10 points in an NFL game. It's hard to bitch about.
So I mean, there were go on about the defense. The 2 near fumbles in that one drive was
bullshit. I thought both of them could have been overturned.
I didn't see him. I was listening to it on the radio, so I didn't get a look at him myself.
The first that ball out.
The first one was pretty blatant. I think that was definitely a fumble. The second one, I'm not really so sure, but it was very funny to hear Joe Flacco on a hot mic say, call the ref a real fucking idiot.
Yeah,
that was on the Gardak sack, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he might have been. He probably was down there. But yeah, that Patrick Peterson one. Fuck, dude. Knocks it out, picks it up, takes it to the house, and they blow it dead. Fuck you.
I mean, do you know how much you have to piss Joe Flacco off for his mild-mannered ass to call you a fucking idiot?
That was pretty funny, for sure.
On the other topic of defense, probably the worst news is the Chandler Jones story. And it's a heartbreaker, isn't it? I mean, you just like not like this. You know what I mean? Like of all the ways that that you could end up losing Chandler Jones for the goddamn season.
And he only had 1 sack on the year, but you just knew he was going to start gobbling up sacks here in the coming weeks. He's too good of a pass rusher not to.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry, you just said Chandler Jones is going to gobble up sacks, and that was funny to me.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Was Fox trying to imply that the injury happened on the sideline, or was that just me?
Yeah, they never went back to it. I agree. I went through because I have the NFL Game Pass. I got the 7-day fucking free pass, and it just renewed yesterday for $100. I was all pissed off. But did you see the play though? Did you end up eventually seeing it?
No, I just saw that they were the moment they were talking about his arm, him going out with the arm injury. They were showing him tussling on the sideline with the lineman, preparing for the drive, I assume. And
he must have been testing that. He must have just been testing it because I saw the play. I fucking took a video of it. It was on a first down play, and Le'Veon Bell comes across like the middle, like right up the middle, and he veers off to the left. And as he's falling, Chandler Jones throws his hand at the ball, and it looks like the body snaps at his hand, and he just automatically drops on his knee, doesn't show pain, but looks at his arm, and Budda Baker's right behind him, and you just see Budda Baker like tap him on the back, like, "Are you okay?" And then the very next play, Chandler stays in, and it's a passing play, and you just see Chandler go like 50%, keeps his right arm out of the way, and only goes left arm, and then that was his last play of the game. So he tried. He's a fucking beast. He tried staying in there too. But so he must have been testing it on the sideline. That's the only thing I could think of. Because that was I saw the last 2 plays that he was in, and it was such a weird injury too. He just stuck his arm trying to knock the ball out.
According to editor Bo Bablis, he hurt it like during a play, and then on the sideline, he was fucking around like trying to like test it and see if it was injured, and ended up exacerbating the injury and tearing it, which is what ended his season.
It was probably going to happen anyways.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't imagine with a pro training staff they would let him move in such a way that was going to exacerbate a possibly recoverable injury. If the training staff was standing right there and he tore it, obviously it was on its way to a tear anyhow.
Yeah, not a lot of information on that for sure, though. It's kind of weird how it
is. It's under
the rug.
It's a weird situation, but the one thing that I'm going to say looking forward here is that I think this is going to be a shot for Isaiah Simmons. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be an opportunity to play the old next man up thing that the Cardinals were so famous for a couple years ago, and let's see. Isaiah Simmons is about to get himself a trial by fire. That's my take on it.
I saw a video this morning where they already have him practicing outside linebacker today.
Jesus Christ.
So that's the news right there.
They're going to have him coming off the edge, dude.
Fucking do it. Oh, I can't wait. I'm fucking pumped.
He's quick. He's a speedy little son of a bitch. He's not big, but he is zippy. If he can get one of the D linemen to hold up one of the tackles or whatever, he can shoot around the edge and get into quarterbacks' faces.
I never thought his ideal position coming in was inside linebacker amongst those fucking grown-ass men. You know, I always thought it was outside. Use his athleticism on the edge. Let him cover fucking tight ends, running backs.
Absolutely.
Let him fucking pass rush. You know, I'd rather have him open, start outside, and work your way in. But it would be interesting to see what happens. I mean, he played 13 snaps again last week, so.
How about Dennis Gardeck? What'd you guys think of him?
First career game. That was his first career snap.
I know, and he gets 2
sacks. Oh. And the fucking celebration. What do you call it? The Joe Walker celebration.
Dennis Gardeck, man, he's so good.
I want to see him more. You know, let those guys battle it out. Him, Isaiah, and even that. What was it? Kylie Fitz had like 3 tackles and 15 snaps or something like that as well. Let them all battle it out. And then if we need to go fucking trade for somebody by the trade deadline week 8, which we have 3 weeks, then go do it. But let's see what we got right now.
One slightly social commentary point to make here is that in the team picture of all a bunch of the defensive guys, with the fist in the air, the Black Lives Matter pose, Gardeck was out there with them. Yeah, his big white ass was out there right alongside his brothers with his fist in the air, and he was the only white dude in the picture. And that was to me, that was a cool moment to see. It honestly, I wish you see more of them, because I know we got plenty other white dudes on the team. I wish they'd all go out there and sell it, but I get it. It's whatever. But I was pleased to see Gardeck get out there and fucking and do it. So.
Yeah, hard to hate on him, man. He looks like he's loving life. You know what I mean?
He's playing like a beast. And honestly, we're
with his brothers.
Yeah, we need that right now. I bet you we're going to see a little bit more of him with Chandler going down. We're going to see more of Isaiah. And then Buddha is going to be back in full effect, obviously. So
he had a monster game too. It was nice to have him back making plays in the backfield for loss of fucking 10 or 15.
Yeah,
he was fucking break. He was a stud.
And Jalen's going to be back. Too. So
he's practicing today. Yeah, I saw somebody who was practicing today. So that's good.
It's the loss of Chandler Jones. We will feel it. No mistake. Because honestly, even though he wasn't gobbling up sacks the way that you like to watch him do, he still was. Chandler Jones was still having an impact in every game.
Double teams, pressures.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Because when you have to put two guys to shut down Chandler, that means that you're leaving somebody else open. And
we have 14 sacks on the year, and he has 1. So obviously it made a difference. You know, that he was definitely getting double teamed, even fucking triple teamed sometimes. Throw a running back and a guard fucking out on him. Yeah, it's definitely gonna. We need people to step up. It'll be fun to see Monday night.
It will, and it's. I think it's a good, and this is a good segue. I think a good team to try our hand here. I think that this is going to be a good opportunity here going up against Dallas. Dallas, Monday Night Football, the big show. I think this is going to be a good opportunity for us to really see. This is going to be a decent test of the metal. The Jets were not. This is legit.
Yeah, Cowboys defense is ass. They're averaging 40 points given up last 4 games.
But I'm more interested in seeing what our defense can do against their offense, and we have an opportunity here to actually see something
against Andy Dalton,
against the fucking crazy ass redhead motherfucking Andy motherfucking Dalton. It's
you guys see Dak's ankle? Were you guys watching that at all?
No, I didn't see it.
I saw the highlight of it. Yeah,
it was like backwards. It was like he was like trying to kick. It's too.
And
that's a laugh, but that painful.
Tony Romo was actually on the call for that play, which made it even more. He was like,
hopefully
I really hope it's just hopefully it's just a cramp.
Hopefully that's not his calf pointing forward.
Jesus
Christ, I mean, it's like fucking he got the same injury that Alex Smith had, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, man. I pray for him. And the worst thing about all this, obviously this is devastating, but he ain't getting a fucking dime this season because of that, because most of his money this year is not guaranteed. He's gonna be fucking shafted by Jerry.
We'll see what the Cowboys do, man. They should play it right.
Do you think? Do you think they're gonna hang him out to dry?
I mean, the Cowboys have hung better players out to dry than
I've seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen it. I mean, do they honestly? Depending on how Dalton plays it, are they?
I hope he blows up, and so the Cowboys let him walk.
Yeah, Dalton. Because Dalton's a pretty good quarterback. Dalton's a pretty good quarterback, and they
got weapons over there too, man.
Amari Cooper and
CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Zeke. That's a
Andy Dalton's gonna go 6-10, and they're gonna cut Dak, and
6-10 is worth losing Dak Prescott over.
Fucking Jerry's gonna be like, I'm gonna sign this beautiful young man to a 2-year, $30 million deal.
I'm gonna make him my new head coach.
Everybody in North Texas is gonna be like, how about them Cowboys?
I saw a stat today, but this is the first time where 2 Texas-born quarterbacks are facing off since I don't even want to blow it, maybe the 90s or something.
I saw that. I heard that on the radio, and this is my honest reaction. For what it's worth, I guess I'm a cynical piece of shit, but I heard that, and my honest reaction was, who the fuck cares? Okay.
it's pretty cool. Kyler's going home. You know,
I'll agree with that. I will agree.
Yeah, I
with
don't
that.
give a fuck about Andy. It was just some.
Yeah.
I was just trying to segue to Kyler coming home. I guess.
There you go.
yeah.
I'll agree with that. So before we get to the next week, can we run the slate of games, you guys? Are you guys in the mood to do that?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What else we got?
No, go ahead.
Can I go on like one more little mini tangent?
Good.
Hell yes.
Go on a big one.
Baby.
Go on a couple.
So Le'Veon Bell, the Jet we face this week,
No, I don't want him.
is now on the market, and the Vegas odds have us as the third most likely team
Really?
to get him.
Editor says no, and if I disagree with him, he's gonna cut my mic and kick me off the show. So I'm gonna go with no.
Somebody on Twitter with 70,000 followers said that he's going to Kansas City tomorrow, supposedly. So
I don't. You know what? To be perfectly frank, we probably could use a stopgap fucking running back. We probably could, because Drake and Edmonds have not been having the explosive year, either one of them. I mean, they've had a couple of flashes of okayness, but I would have hoped that one of those two would have really separated, and that really hasn't happened.
Chase had a little bit of a game. You know what I mean? He popped that 29-yarder. I think the fan base wants to see him fucking get more touches out of the backfield running. You know, he caught 5 passes last week, which he's catching a lot of passes, but 4 carries, or 3 carries. Let's see what he can do under 10, 15 carries. Let's get him going. Because Kenyon was going way too east and west until he finally put his foot in the ground.
I know. Oh my God.
Second to last drive, he finally puts his foot in the ground, and he's fucking tearing up 8 yards a pop. So I was what the fuck?
It is hard to watch that kind of football when I see them do these stupid runs.
You think you're Reggie Bush in fucking college?
They cover so much ground behind the line of scrimmage. It drives me fucking crazy.
Where you even lose 2 or 3 yards from where you were. He rushed for 3 yards up the middle, and then he'd come back, roundabout back, like a fucking cul-de-sac, and then lose 2 yards. It's just fucking fall forward, bro. We'll see. I mean, I definitely want to see Chase get more touches. That's at the end of the day. He's that explosive guy.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think I would be interested to see how it would go down. I think that would be I think that he has been shafted by Gase. I think he got shafted.
Let's vote. There's 3 of us. Would you guys want him? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiebreaker.
2-1.
What did you vote?
Oh, what about Bobbles' vote?
Bo Bobbles isn't going to vote.
You
I voted no.
He wants him. Okay, so we're tied.
Yes. God damn it, Bo Bobbles, you fucking chick. What the fuck?
Bitches don't know football.
What I found interesting, even going back to 2017, his last year at the Steelers, he averaged 4.0 yards a carry, which is basically what Chase and Kenyon were averaging entering last week. So and this is 3 years later, he averaged 3.3 with the Jets. So I just don't know if he's worth the fucking headache.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think part of that can be attributed to Adam Gase's awful play calling. For somebody who's called an offensive genius, I have never seen play calling as
those
bad
people
as
are
Adam
funny.
Gase.
Offensive genius. I remember those Twitter users fucking 2 years ago.
Oh my God! There was a tweet that appeared on my timeline today.
Because he had Peyton Manning right during that fucking year with the Broncos, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, the 2013,
come on, guy.
The 2013 year, and it's of course.
You know what? On the topic of Peyton, let's be real. When Peyton Manning is your quarterback, Peyton is the offensive coordinator.
Exactly.
Peyton's calling the plays. Peyton's drawing everything up. Peyton's telling everybody what to do. He calls audibles on every down. It is Peyton's offense when you have Peyton Manning out there.
Basically what Kurt Warner was in 08.
So
it wasn't Ken Wisenhunt. That was Kurt fucking Warner doing this.
And it showed, didn't it? And it showed. Yeah. It sure as heck showed once those guys lose their offensive coordinator on the field. Doesn't it show?
Yeah, for sure.
Goddamn. Did you have another tangent?
Well, Kyler won Offensive Player of the Week. That's the last.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. I was so happy.
All the haters. You see all the haters commenting? There's so many fucking haters, man, on Twitter. Oh, he's gonna be out the league in 3 years. Oh, you guys are just sucking him off. Oh, it's like, dude, like, give some fucking respect, dude. Second-year player, like, I don't know, man.
They hate us. They hate us because they ain't us.
Pretty much.
I think, going to the 3 years comment you were talking about, I think that as a rushing quarterback, you have to have the ability to fall back on your passing, or else you're going to be out of the league quicker than, quicker than
I know. And you know what? I am not a huge fan of the hybrid quarterback running back thing that has sort of become popular.
I wasn't either. Yeah.
I've always been a fan of, like, somebody who can pat, like a John Elway or something. You know what I mean?
Because those are the guys who've always won the Super Bowls.
Right.
You know.
I like that. I like that kind of game. I think it's more explosive. I think it's more interesting. I think that, but I do realize that after a couple years of being a rushing quarterback, your body starts to deteriorate, and you can't.
Oh yeah.
Look at Russell though. Russell still plays at a high level.
Russell doesn't get hit hard either, and neither does really Kyler. You know, they know how to. They have those baseball sliding instincts.
Yes, it is. That's what it is.
Like, they're avoiding the tag, but they're avoiding the big hit. You know, they're fucking getting down.
It's a baseball. Holy shit! You just blew my fucking mind. It's a baseball thing. They're sliding into home.
There's some quarterbacks who cannot slide at all. See some of the quarterbacks just like tumble. Like you see Ryan Tannehill try jumping in the end zone yesterday, just like ungraceful as fuck. Looked like he tore his ACL, but he was fine. So like some motherfuckers don't know how to do it. But Kyler and Russell, both college baseball players, they literally look like when they slide that they're avoiding a tag. Like,
and that's such a keen observation.
And going off that, I remember reading an article a while back saying that more and more NFL scouts are actually looking to baseball background quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're a mobile quarterback and you got that baseball background, that's a 1-2 punch.
Oh, you could throw from all different angles. You could throw on the run. You think about like a shortstop or second baseman turning a double play, trying not to get fucking cleated. They're hopping, throwing. So there are definitely a lot of athletic middle infielders or pitchers that turn into pretty good quarterbacks. So,
you guys remember Bo Jackson that played football and baseball at the same time?
I was vaguely very young.
All I remember, I was very young too. All I remember of it was the commercials. Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. That's all I remember is the Nike commercial. Anyways, I'm sorry. That is how you do a tangent.
What do you guys think about the Prince of Mukamara signing?
I am a little peeved that we didn't just flat out cut Curtis Riley and that Prince is on our practice squad, but I'm
it'll happen though, right?
Sounds like it's kind of just protocols. Like, so if they keep him on the practice squad right now, they can elevate him before Sunday's game without having to cut somebody. I don't know exactly how that's what I gathered, but yeah, Curtis Riley being active. Thank God he didn't play last week, but who knows with Prince? I mean, he was good 2 years ago. He had pretty solid.
Yeah, and you know what? And we've had good fortune over the years by grabbing these kind of like second wave defensive backs. Like Antonio Cromartie. Like we've had a good thing going where we scoop these guys up on the back nine, and that they end up giving us a season or two of dynamite football. So I am looking forward to it.
Who was the former Jets safety or corner we got in like 2012 who actually had a really good year for us?
I don't remember.
Shit.
Antonio Cromartie was.
Oh my God! What was his name? Oh my God! What was his name? I know you're talking about. Oh my God! Bobbles. Who was it?
Somebody listening is.
Oh my fucking God! He played with Cromartie, and it was like a big deal. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, it was he trying to be all big time though. He was all looking forward to Hollywood and shit, but he was pretty solid.
Kerry Rhodes.
Kerry Rhodes, there you go. He's the one that got spit on by Dockett, right? Because against the Jets, when Wisdom Hunt wanted us to let them score, and Kerry Rhodes was like he was a captain, I think, or something, but he was one relaying the play over to Dockett, and Dockett said, "Fuck no." And they got into it, and Dockett spit on his.
And we lost that game. Wasn't that the game that we lost like 7-6?
Yeah, that was fucking.
6.
Dude, you talked about last week, Greg McElroy, or what is it, right?
All right. But anyways,
and that was one of the few games that Ryan Lindley ever started. God, what a fucking waste.
You know, hey, if you go to, you know what, a few years ago, I found him on fucking Twitter, and it says like his like Twitter bio just says Ryan Lindley, real estate agent. He doesn't even mention that he was a fucking like football coach. He might have updated it now, but at that time, I swear to God, the only thing he wanted people to know about him was that he sold fucking real estate.
Oh my God.
Bro played in NFL games.
I probably would too with some of those games. Especially that playoff game. He started a fucking playoff game for us.
Started a playoff game. Oh, you can't. Why did you remind me about that?
Oh my God! You can't tell me that Logan Thomas was not better than him.
That's not exactly a high threshold. Yeah.
All right. So should we get into the?
Let's hit the week 6 slate, guys. I got some hot takes.
All right. So there is no Thursday night football game this week, thank God. But the first game in our slate might as well be one. Texans-Titans. Who do y'all have?
Titans.
Yeah, you gotta go Titans.
The Texans are a mess right now. Ever since they lost Bill O'Brien, they just kind of gave up. Let's get the chin on screen one more time. One more time.
They won their last game, though.
I know that, but you know what? Oh, you're right. Oh, God damn it. But okay, still please put the chin on screen. Put the chin upside down. Put that close up, but put it upside down so that people can try to figure that. Let's get that. I'm still going Titans though.
All right, so we're all in agreement about that. Here's another one we're all going to agree on: Ravens, Eagles. Who y'all have?
Ravens.
Oh, this one's a stinker. The newly Dan Quinn-less Falcons versus the Mike Zimmer Vikings. Who do y'all have?
We're 5 weeks in and have 2 coaches fired already, by the way.
I'm going with I know. What a year. And my Adam Gase, right?
He's by a thread.
Yeah, Vikings.
Yeah, you got to go Vikings. Fuck.
I think that I'm going to be the contrarian here. I think that the Falcons without Dan Quinn is a better team as a whole. I think sort of like
the Texans ditching the chin, right? Same deal.
Yeah, you get a boost for a couple of weeks at least for sure. I can see that. That's a good call. I'm still going Vikings.
Because Matt Ryan will always, he'll always have a bum, first couple of weeks, and then he'll surprise you one week, and he'll get a sneaky W, and then he'll be shit again, and then he'll win the 5 of the last 6 or some shit.
Permission to go on a brief Matt Ryan tangent.
Go for it.
All right, so you guys remember the playoffs when we played the Falcons in the wild card round?
Yeah.
Right. Well, the year we went to the Super Bowl, we went up against Matt Ryan. I think was a rookie that year. And they had this whole package on the network that was airing the game about like NBC. Matt Ryan's like his big brother always wanted to play in the NFL, but he got injured and couldn't, and his brother was like looking forward to seeing little Matty go like take on the world and all this. And very clearly the network was damn sure the Cardinals didn't belong there and were just going to get their asses handed to them by Matt Ryan. And we ended up fucking crushing him. And there was no little cute heart package about the Cardinals, just about Matt Ryan. So fuck Matt Ryan.
I mean, Kurt Warner's arguably the more inspiring story there, and they give Matt Ryan the package.
Holy shit. I honestly can't believe that he was around that long ago. He's 35. I'm
pretty sure that was his rookie season was 08 season when we kicked the shit out of him in front of his injured brother.
Blows my
And
fucking
then we
mind.
kicked the shit out of Jake Delhomme on his birthday the following week. What a season! What a season, though. I'm sorry. All right, next game. I'm sorry. Tangent over.
All right. So here is a game that I think none of us would have expected to be good. Browns Steelers.
Ooh.
My
Brown Steelers. You know what? I'm not picking first on this one. You know, someone else go first. I know who I'm going to pick, but I want to hear what you guys say.
I'm gonna go Browns. I think I picked them last 2 weeks, and they've won back-to-back games. So they played the Colts last week, right? And they stymied them, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that who they put? Yeah, I'm gonna go Browns. Fuck it.
Browns. I think the Browns. What?
Browns over here. I got Browns too.
I think the Browns have been a very interesting team to watch this year. I think they've been definitely the most surprising team. Oh. I'm going to go with them. I really like what they're doing. I can't wait to see how they blow it, but I'm going to go Browns this week.
Oh, they'll find a way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm with you. Browns.
All right. So, this one's a stinker. Bangers. Bengals, Colts. Who do y'all have?
Colts. Bengals, I don't know, man. They look rough.
Colts, I guess. I honestly don't care, but I'll just, because we have to choose one, I'll just say fucking Colts. Who the hell cares?
I don't know, man. I think that Philip
Rivers
has
had game. Yeah.
I think that Philip Rivers has had a bad enough year for this to be a legitimate question. I mean, I don't care how good the Browns D is. If you're throwing picks left and right against them, I mean, there's a reason that people are calling him being quarterback in Indianapolis into question right now.
I just want him to Bengals here. T.Y. Hilton more, fucking my fantasy team up. Whatever.
I'm gonna go Bengals here. I think that
I think
it'll probably be a low-scoring affair, but I think that I don't think the Colts are quite there yet. So yeah,
they've had a pretty solid. Their defense is carrying them first handful of weeks, but yeah, I would like to see Burrow break out a little bit. You know, fucking you see Herbert over here balling, and Herbert's struggling pretty badly these last few weeks.
All right, so Lions, Jags.
Oh God,
that's a tough one. That's a stinker.
They're bad, dude. They're both bad. The Jags, I guess. I don't fucking know. The Jags. Who the fuck cares?
I'll go Lions.
I'm gonna go Jags.
I don't know why.
I think Minshew is looking pretty decent this year. I mean, the Lions are the Lions, so I'm gonna go Jags.
Yeah.
All right. Bears, Panthers. This is in Carolina.
Hey, Panthers look good. I mean, it was against the Falcons, but Bridgewater carried that over, and same with Mike Davis. So I'm gonna go Panthers again.
Yeah, I'll go with the Panthers. I hate saying that because I don't like them.
Yeah, I think that the Bears. I mean, I know they are 4-1 right now, which is really weird to say out loud, but I don't think they're a better team than the Panthers right now.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. I think that the Panthers win that, and the NFL media will pretend it's a surprise, and it won't be.
Bears got a really good defense. It'll be a good game. I think it'll be close.
What's next on the schedule?
Next on the schedule. Oh boy. So we got Giants. Racial slurs.
Are the Giants Owen? Have they won anything?
Nope.
Did they get their first win against Washington?
Nope. Washington got
against Alex Smith in Washington.
I don't think they do. I think Washington wins this one, and I think the poor Giants drop to Owens. I feel so bad for them because I don't hate them, but yeah, I'm picking Washington.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Washington too. I have a lot of disdain in my bones for Dave Gettleman, and yeah, fuck the Giants. Go racial. Oh God, this feels dirty.
I'm gonna go Giants. I think Slayton's gonna tear him up. Well, we'll see. I'll probably be wrong.
We'll see.
You're just saying that because he's on your fantasy team, aren't you?
A couple teams.
All right. Who do we got next?
All right, we got Broncos Pats. I mean, do we even got to say it?
Broncos, Pats.
And Cam Newton will be back.
Pats.
Cam Newton's back. I mean, the Broncos are on their third string quarterback.
Yeah, it's obviously the Pats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
How is this a 4:05 game? Okay, Jets Dolphins.
Jets, Dolphins. Wow, dude, that's unfortunate to have that game on television.
And
Dolphins.
And looking at the package there, that's the CBS late game of the week.
Oh my God, is that going to be like the? Oh no, that's Fox. It does like the game NFL, whatever, the game of the week or whatever. That's a Fox.
But
thing,
it's the only game on CBS at that time, so it is essentially.
Oh,
I
see what you're saying. So CBS is going to have two games for us. They're going to have a morning game that might be good, and then they're going to have this trash that's going to lose all of its ratings to the Fox game, which I'm looking at, which will actually be a good one.
All right.
I'm going to go Dolphins. Got to go Dolphins.
Fins.
All right. So this is actually a good game of the week. Arguably, I don't really agree, greatest of all-time quarterbacks, duel here. Packers, Bucks. Who do y'all have?
Packers. Packers are so good right now. The Packers are so freaking good right now. Honestly, like if we were doing a power poll or whatever, I would have a lot of trouble not putting Green Bay at number 1 or 2 or something. They're solid, but Packers.
Yeah, I'm going Packers as well.
The Packers have really surprised me this year because Aaron Rodgers has turned a bunch of fucking, players who would be like third or fourth stringers on any other team, and he's turned them into a fucking machine this year.
Brady does that too, though. Brady's been doing that for 20 years in New England.
Oh yeah, but Brady this year doesn't have excuses. Everybody was talking about, oh, he's got Chris Godwin, oh, he's got Chris Evans, and it's just like they've looked, rougher this year than I think anybody would have thought they would. I think the Packers win this, and they win this handily.
Okay.
All right. Sunday night football.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
It's Wednesday.
Well, I know, but on Sunday I'm going to have to wait all day because it won't be Sunday night when I wake up on Sunday, right?
In some part of the world, it will be.
Who is it?
It'll be Rams Niners. Who do you have?
Rams.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking bad. They got their ass whooped by Miami.
Yeah, it's going to probably be the Rams, although I'm hoping for a tie.
Yeah, I mean, the Niners have just looked really, really rough this year coming out of that Super Bowl, man. I mean, I don't think anybody could have expected how they were going to come out of this year, but I mean, the Rams, they had a Super Bowl slump last year, and they're looking absolutely solid this year. So I think it's fairly easy to say that that's going to be a Rams dub.
Yeah, I got to go that route as well.
The pre-Monday night Monday game.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one.
5:00 game versus two undefeated. Actually, did the Bills lose on Monday?
Yeah,
they lost last night, Tuesday night.
Okay, so one undefeated, one nearly undefeated team. Bills, Chiefs. Who do y'all have?
Chiefs lost too. Chiefs lost too.
Wait, shit, seriously?
Yeah, they're both 4-1, man.
Just lost to motherfucking who did they lose to?
Who did they lose to?
Entirely forgot about
Raiders. Raiders look good, man.
The Raiders, they do. The Raiders would be up on my power poll.
Yep, their offense is really good.
So, okay, so back to the selection for who I think is going to win that game. One of you guys go first so I can copy you.
I'm going to go contrarian here. I think
Chiefs, Bills. I'm
going to be the contrarian here. I think that the Bills' offense is a little bit weak in comparison. Well, who am I kidding? It is weaker in comparison to the Chiefs, but I think that their solid defense really makes up for it. The Chiefs' defense. I mean, all you need is a healthy run game, and you'll beat them handily.
Oh my God! From now on, I have a request of the show. From now on, can we refer to it as the Chiefense?
Sure.
The Chiefense. It's like the Chiefs defense, but it saves you time. It's gonna add time back to your day to not have to say Chiefs defense. The Chiefense.
What about offense though? Defense. Choffense.
The Choffense. Okay. Apparently, that doesn't make sense. That has to be the Chiefense.
Okay.
So, anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt you with my dumbass joke.
But yeah, I mean, I think the defense, the weaknesses in the Chiefs' defense are easy enough to exploit that you can make a game out of it. I think that the Bills are going to win it. It's going to be somewhat of a shootout, but it's going to be very, very close.
I think it's going to be a shootout, but I'm going to go Chiefs.
I don't think you can get around the Chiefense. I'm going Chiefs.
Shut up. All right. And that leaves us with one game left on the slate.
Amsterdam Admirals.
Your
Iowa Barnstormers.
Chicago Cardinals.
Iowa Hawkeye. Not kidding. Your Arizona Cardinals versus the dreaded, the how about them, Dallas Cowboys.
I'm not just saying this because I'm a fanboy, but I think the Cardinals are going to win. Like we said earlier, I think they're going to bust out some defense. They're going to get Isaiah to find his place. Oh God, and the white guy's name escapes me. What was his name again? The guy that I just said I liked. I feel like a jerk for already for that guy. Him and Isaiah are going to show up big. Having Jalen back out there with Buddha is going to cause some trouble in the secondary. It's going to shut down their decent receiving core. Cowboys got a good receiving core. I think the Cardinals win this one, and I'm going to put it on. This is your guaranteed lock. So after I tell you this, go ahead and call Vegas and put the money on it. Cardinals win 23-14.
I like it. Ooh, you got a blowout coming. I like it. Okay. Yeah, obviously going Cardinals. I must say that the running game is finally going to break through between Edmonds and Drake. I think Edmonds and Drake are combined for 150 yards. How about that? And we're going to win 28-17.
Damn it, Jerry.
The Cowboys defense is I think it's pretty much historically bad this year because I mean they're giving up 30-point games left and right to just absolute garbage.
36 on the year they're giving up.
What?
They're giving it to absolute garbage. Like the fact that the fucking Falcons hung 39 on them.
Yeah. Or the Giants. The Giants just dropped 34 on them, and they were averaging 10 points a game entering last week.
I mean, if we can get even an ounce of the momentum we got from that Jets game, we are going to come into Jerry World and we are going to clobber them. It's not even going to be funny. The FCC is going to halt the game at halftime because a massacre can't be shown on live television.
So we can all agree Kyler Murray is going to be 7-0 in that building now.
God damn it! Hank Hill is upset that you guys are talking shit about Dallas.
I mean, Andy Dalton.
Fuck the Cowgirls.
Andy Dalton. I'm sorry. He is.
Yeah, I think our defense is going to kind of show out. They better.
He is a mediocre quarterback, and I think that if we can, hold him, which won't be that hard, we've got that game on lock.
So heading into this week, the Cardinals, which, I mean,
there is
only
fan.
Oh, sorry. Go. You're good.
There is only one person on that Cowboys offense who truly scares me.
Zeke,
and that is Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
That is the only person on that because none of their receiving threats are any issue if we can contain Dalton, which shouldn't be that hard.
I don't know. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have he's going to get his, but our defense on the year right now is 10th in total points against, or 10th in total yards against, and 5th in total points. So it's a lot better than a lot of fans think, and people are like, oh, who we played, which is true. But now we're playing fucking Andy Dalton. He's been a quality starter in the league, but he's a backup right now for a reason. I think we need to get to him, hit him, and stop the run game. Which it's what you want to do every game. But I think we're gonna have a good chance this week to actually be able to stop them and slow them down. And because a lot of people are gonna say it's a shootout, which if Dak was in there, I agree. But I think we can get to Andy Dalton and we can we can slow them down for sure.
I agree because our secondary is going to have some critical pieces back. Jalen and Buda for one thing, and Patrick Peterson he's on the back nine of his career. Patrick Peterson ain't the guy he was years ago. Everyone knows
he's not as bad as what people are saying, though. I agree,
but he's not as bad as what people are saying. So honestly, like we have a solid secondary, and like they do have a good receiving core. But can Andy Dalton make the most of that, right? The only place I'm worried about is the box. Is up front, like you said, with Ezekiel Elliott. And quite frankly, if Andy Dalton can burn us for 4 yards on his legs every down, that's good enough to move the ball.
Yeah, he can run all over us if he wants to, as long as we're containing him like we did with Flacco. But yeah, it's all about containing the line of scrimmage.
The only thing the Cardinals have to worry about this week is protecting their souls against the Ginger Wonder, Andy Dalton.
What?
Why are you talking about Andy? Damn it, Danny.
Too hard at my own joke. Shit.
You sound like Vince Murata. He always
does. God dang it.
So we need to figure out our records on this. I want to know who's winning our fucking pick'ems.
Oh, our picks.
If you have the Cardinals defense on your fantasy roster, you have to start them this week. There's no better week to start them than this week.
Oh, I'll agree with that.
Was last week.
Did our defense? I didn't even see how. I know how our defense fell.
Jets. You're going against the Jets, who have the worst.
Yeah, you're right. That was probably the week. But I think this is going to be another good week to have the Cardinals defense. If we're talking fantasy, I would start the Cardinals. Are there any other Cardinals players that you feel like are like surefire starters for fantasy players right now this week?
I'm gonna go with a surprise lock here. I'm gonna say
the obvious D-Hop.
D-Hop, yeah. You'll always start.
Yeah. Kyler, yeah. I think if you start Chase Edmonds this week.
PPR, I think any league you start Chase Edmonds, but I think Christian Kirk's like a must start as well. Yeah, he had 5 catches, 70-something yards last week, and that Dallas the secondary isn't much better, so he should put up similar stats. So if you're gonna get 7 points from Christian Kirk from your flex or third receiver or whatnot, I think you got to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Christian Kirk would be a good spot to put at flex, or if you have a third receiver, I would have no problem putting Kirk in there. Honestly, like call me a homer, but I fits. I'd say start fucking Larry. I always start. I always on principle alone start Larry if I have him. I can't unless you.
It would be nice to see him find the end zone a couple times, at least once. He hasn't been in there yet. It definitely would be nice to see him fucking.
God, I love that man.
Oh,
so good.
Right? Yeah, we need to keep last week momentum going into this week and keep it rolling into Seattle, because that Seattle game's home, which we play Seattle so fucking tough at home, man. If we can beat the Cowboys.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make a prediction for the score this week that is absolutely on the opposite end of the spectrum of what I said last week. Last week I said I think 17-10 or some shit. Like I got one of those right, but it wasn't. It wasn't ours.
Hit it.
I'm gonna keep with 10. I'm gonna say 35-10 Cardinals.
Jesus, I hope so.
Dan Arnold's catching his first touchdown. Start.
Hey, again, you guys find me on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Kyrie091. Check me out. Come say hi. I accept nudes.
Hello. Well, yeah. Let's finish this week off with the fucking W, man. That's all it's about. That's why we're doing this.
Hell yeah!
so much better coming on a week where we fucking win. So
And it
let's
makes
carry that momentum over.
Real talk, it makes the show a lot easier when we're coming
Oh
off
my
a good, solid, strong team win, right? It's just more fun to do this show.
Makes a work week go faster.
Huh.
And I fully agree with y'all on that. I mean, I did not dread this episode going in. I took more notes than usual. There was a point in my notes where I said, I am a simple man. I see Kyler dominate, and I clap like a seal.
I want whatever you're smoking, homie.
And it feels so good to come in after a week like that. And I really hope this upcoming week against the Cowboys can be something like that. But anyway, I think that about does it. This has been the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter. I live on that swing.
And Mac, you can find me at AZ Sports Fiend, and you can find us again next week. Let's go Cards!
Peace and strength, young Crunk brothers.